When you changing your mindset and adopting new habits that align with the successful and wealthy version of yourself, there's one thing I want you to realize. I want you to realize that you're imperfect. None of us is perfect. Nobody on this earth. So there's going to be times where you resort back to the old traits that you had or the old habits that you've had, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a might. Like, I know for a fact you will do things that you used to do, even when you become successful. That's because you got to think. Let's say you've been on this earth for 30 years. For 25 years or for 20 years, you've been living this certain way. And then for the other 10 years or the other 5 years, you just changed your mindset over. You just started doing new things that could possibly change you for the better. So think about how long you was asleep for, and think about how long you was woke for. How long you knew these things for, and how long you didn't know these things for. 9 times out of 10, the mindset that you are changing over to, you just started. So you haven't been doing it for so long to where this is something that's just, on point. Like, I could do this. Wake up, I could do this, Nah. You're going to resort back to your old ways from time to time for a fact. But there's nothing wrong with that. I want you to do one thing. I want you to have some grace for yourself, bro. Like, have some grace. And I say that because you might be too hard on yourself to where it's negatively affecting you. Now, the definition of giving yourself grace is to acknowledge the fact that you're imperfect and that you're going to make mistakes, but learning from them and then moving forward. That's what I want y'all to do. Bro, I used to be so hard on myself to where, like, I would get aggravated if I know I did something wrong, right? Now, like I said, it's not a problem knowing where you went wrong, because that's being self-aware, and that's the first solution to any problem. But when you are letting it negatively affect you to where you getting aggravated, you losing confidence because you like, it didn't work out this way, or why am I resorting back to my old ways? Then you becoming self-conscious of the things that you're doing. And it's like, damn, bro, like, why can't I get it right? That's when it's bad, because any negative feeling can hinder you from moving forward. So, like I said, I want y'all to give yourself some grace, bro, from time to time. Don't always be like, oh yeah, I'm imperfect, so I make mistakes, I can keep doing it. No, from time to time, if you know you trying really hard, only you know if you trying super hard to switch over. From time to time, you able to be like, I made a mistake, I understand that. Let me just move forward. Let me not make it. Let me not do it again. When you going through those negative feelings of dis-ease where you like, I know I'm supposed to be doing this, but I'm resorting back to my old ways. I can't, like, it's hard. I'm saying, one thing I don't want you to do is stay in it. Because when you stay in it, that's when you just fall all the way off. It's just like when somebody's on drugs and they know they're not supposed to be doing them, right? They've been doing them for a long time. And then finally they go to rehab, they stop, they get clean. And then something happens in their life, like some type of adversity happens to where they want to resort back to it. And it's so hard, it feels so hard not to go back to it. Or like how we talking, it feels so hard not to resort back to those old ways that you just give into it. One thing I do when I feel like I'm resorting back to my old ways, or I'm falling back into temptation of something I used to do, is I'll probably watch a video or listen to somebody that's where I want to be, that don't do those things, and it'll pull me right up out of it. I don't know if that's the same for you, but you gotta find something that pulls you up out of that space of negativity, of old feelings, of old traits that you used to have. You gotta just find your way. Everybody got their own way. I can't really tell you to do what I do, but you gotta find something that's gonna pull you back up out of that. Just like the people that's on drugs. Rehab tells them, don't go back around those people that you used to do the drugs with. So hang around other people that's not doing that. Hang around somebody that's keeping your mind off of that, or do something that's keeping your mind off of all those negative traits. It may help you not resort back to it. So my whole point of this episode is to give yourself some grace, right? Don't be too hard on yourself to where you stir up negative feelings. And understand that you're imperfect and that it's going to take time for you to switch over. Some people could change right away. Some people, it may take longer. Give yourself the time that you need. Give yourself as much grace as you need, but don't make excuses for the mistakes that you make. And understand the reason why you made that mistake, because it was either out of your control or either you resorted back to your old traits and habits. Once you understand why you made that mistake, that's when you can fix it. And it all starts with self-awareness. This Couch Talk episode 8. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I love y'all.